Hey, what's up, guys? And today we're going to be building I would say a house. Hell, I got a really good spawn when I started out, so I'm like, okay, this is going to be a nice little tutorial for anybody who's wanting to build a nice looking house at the beginning. You can use whatever materials you want. Substituting is 100% okay. I'm using what I'm using because I think it looks good this way. Or at least my version of one, anyways. It's all comes down to your guys' creativity. As you can tell, I've got the layout out. This is what you're going to need to do first before we start. To begin, I'm just going to begin with, we're going to need a nice little flooring. I'm going to start out with this for the entry. Just for entering, you know, just as like a nice little area when people first come into the house. We're just going to do that for right there. And maybe mix in one block of sand. I think we're going to start off the bricks. You want the bricks on each side for the start of that. Probably go corners here. Let's start off and getting all these little corners in. Don't worry about that one. That one's fine. After you have this in place, right here is going to be a kitchen, so just feel free to this is what I do with kitchens. You guys can change this up any way you want. Alright guys, and next after you have this little setup going, we're going to want to fill the rest up. We're going to go ahead and choose this. Though I recommend doing something here about probably like this because of the fireplace. Once you're done with that, go ahead and fill these flooring up. More than welcome to fill the whole house up with this flooring or change it. Of course, I'll have my own style, but yeah. We're going to want to do some sort of accent stuff here, so actually I'm going to bring these back out and change this. I'm sorry, Mr. Bunny, you got to move. We're going to start off like this. Coming 3 up here. Actually, we're going to go do 1 here. Then we're going to go ahead and take these and mix them together here. You guys can decide however you're wanting to do this. You're basically going to want to do some sort of random little setup like this. Comes down to how you guys are wanting to do your build. You're going to be wanting to place these down. Like, kind of like that. Kind of keep the pattern going. Then once you've got that done, you're going to want to go ahead and take this trapdoor here and just kind of have them come right here. You can decide what materials, like I said, but this is about what it's going to look like in the beginning. We're going to go with this for the in-between points. Go ahead and leave that gap alone right there. And leave that one as well. And that gap you could leave for a sec. From there, you're going to be wanting to do... This can be textured later on however you guys think would be best. Do it whatever you want with this. You can just kind of fill this area up here. Probably getting rid of that. At least to me it looks more natural that way. Once you have that in place, we're going to go ahead and start building these up here. We want to come in one with it, so we're going to kind of like try to see if we can't layer this right. And we're going to have this at the start. And we're going to come up with that. Then you can go ahead and throw in your windows however you're going to be doing them. You're going to use polished granite, and you're going to bring it up and around here. Kind of like that for your archways. And we'll also have the same archways in here inside the house. So we'll go ahead and add those in real fast. There you go. We're going to bring this up here. Yeah. Go ahead and bring those up on the sides in each corner. Also right here for this one. If you're wondering what the inside walling is going to be, we're more than likely going to work with... Yeah, we're going to use this, guys. You guys can always change it up later. We're going to be having that there. Then this top section here is going to end up being polished diorite for that. Once you have your polished diorite in place for the windows, of course, make sure you always have these corners. You're going to need them for further in on the build. From there, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do a little mini time skip as we get the rest of the windows done here. So, bear with me on that. Once you guys have all of this done, get the windows and everything set, that's when we're going to start doing these rooms that haven't been done yet. So we want to like wall this off here. Then we're going to start off and we're going to finish the door off here with jungle. We're going to be using some jungle doors here. And kind of take some inspiration from the villager houses. The outer section, you're going to want to take this and bring it up to the house here. And we're going to go ahead and take these and put these over right here. Similar to how this front would be, you would just do the siding here the same way. And we're going to want to take this all the way across the first half here upon your setup here. So far, your build should look just like this right now. This is going to be our staircase going to the upstairs. And it's going to start off with this. Be starting it like this. And I'm going to be taking this up to where the second floor is going to be. Yeah. This will be where your second floor starts. And just go ahead and grab your slabs for what you're using for your lower floor spot. Stripped acacia to start here with it. Because we want this coming up here. We're going to want to bring this up like this for the railing. Once you have this step done, in here you can change this to whatever block you want. I'm just going to change this to here, since it's going to be like a back area. Could be storage, whatever little thing you're wanting it to be. We'll be having a little door right here to access down here. Do this like we used before here. Just kind of build up and block this off. So you have that. That should do it right there. You get to start the fun process. If no one's guessed it yet. You actually just delete that. If no one's guessed it yet, we're going to be putting in our scaffolding, which is going to start from here. We're going to have it, we're going to do, I think, this pattern. Yes, so you're going to want to do something like this all the way over. If you're really wanting to get creative, you can actually bring this over one. And figure out the center here. Let's see. Which would be there. Of course, once you have that, our next step is going to be filling it. We're going to go ahead and fill with spruce trapdoors. But before you do that, just make sure you have your... You want just diorite stairs going on each side. A little bit more of an accent. Then you just go ahead and put in your slabs. And now you have your basic of the house set up. This, of course, being this. And I always like to use these because they add a nice little touch of realism to this when you go to do your fireplace. Which, of course, you would want these. We're going to do these for here. And you're going to want to do that. Now, once you have that done, we've got the kitchen is going to be here. So, you have a nice little kitchen. It's not going to be all that big. Our next step is going to be putting doors in, which is going to be, we're going to use the same wood all the way through. Like I said, you guys can use different wood if you're wanting to. So you're going to do that. So, next, we're going to work on getting the scaffolding. We're going to get the ceiling part of this one started, which is going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be similar to what we did with the other one. Always want to have them facing the same way when it comes to doing stuff like this. It always looks just a little bit better to have them facing having them facing the same way between all the rooms. And don't forget the doors for in here. And of course the same will be here. You're going to want to go ahead and take these and do the same little technique here. Once you have this lower area built, we're going to go ahead and head upstairs and work on the upstairs, which will have a little bit of a different style up here. Once again, we're just going to fill this up with random block for the flooring up here, and then we will continue with our build here. Alright, once you have that, we're going to go ahead and start off with doing this for here. To give a nice clean look, and we're going to go back, of course, to doing these. You want to come up 3 on each side for right now. Let's see. see. Yeah. Of course, once you have that, you're also going to want to do a little bit more here to separate these apart from the rest. Then next, we're going to go ahead and take our next block, which are a deep slate. And we're going to bring it back around for here. Once you have that in place, we're going to go ahead and finish up here now, which will start off with this. We're going to be taking our, what is it, pale oak trapdoors, and we're going to do this. Then you're going to want to go ahead and try to come up with a design here. I'm personally going to be using this. We're going to go ahead and finish off once again with the same slabs coming along here. So now the fun part comes into place. Now we get to work on the mini roofing here. Between these blocks in my inventory here, which would be pale oak, diorite, polystyrite, and diorite. So we first want to start, we're going to start with doing that on the corners here. We want to put 3 on the corners just like this. Then try to mix it up and maybe take a little bit of pale oak here, along with that. And then you're going to want to do this here, mix with, of course, the pale oak a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and go there, there. Then for right here, just go ahead and take your slabs, and we're gonna go directly we're gonna go ahead and create this. Yeah, we're gonna start with that. For the front here. Next off, you're gonna want to start building this next part of the roof here. And that's gonna start off, you want to start by, mixing in your blocks, giving them this really nice, timeless look. Feel of a really nice open field house. And if you want to get a little bit extra creative, you can always do this to add a little bit more of a nice touch on these front bits. Take a random block here, and we're just going to want to cover this up just like this. Start, texturing up here to fill up the last remaining little spots that could be left on the roofing for your front part of the house here. And you can always just fill the rest up with this, which is a pretty simple, straightforward. And that will be the front. And as for this, it's as simple as raising this up one. For this front half here, since it's going to have more of a setup. And of course, you're going to be wanting to sneak in a little area here. You're going to want to bring this up. You can do it like this. And basically do the same thing you did on the first floor. for basically same thing there. Yeah. Once you have this setup going, you're gonna want to build one more little staircase going above here, which will overlay with the rest of this. And trust me, it will make lots more sense in a little bit. Because you're gonna have a nice little roofing area here. This roof is going to be important to have. So let's go ahead and start these up. There we go. We'll get that in place. And you go back and forth like before. Get this to go up to here. Once you're done with that, you're going to want to start, you want to bring these up a little bit more. You want to go up 2 more with these. Once you have that risen up, you can start, and we're just going to do a nice little textured wall along here with very few windows. Which, as you can tell, roughly where things will land out. I'm gonna be bringing you up 1 more. Yeah. If you want to, you can put a window there, but the rest of that will have to be blocked up right there. Kind of like this. Once again, it will be the same all the way through. So we're going to go ahead and do a time lapse on windows. Alright guys, so this is what I have so far. I'm going to take you guys on a walk through here. As we come back down to here, this is actually going to get a little bit of an edit here with... Whoops. Not what I was attempting to do. Okay. It's going to be like this all the way around. And we're going to take that away. Basically, this is going to stay like that. I'm just going to go with this one right now. I think the dark one looks better. Okay. I'm just gonna put that there as a little, yeah. Going around and just doing these. Once you've got this in place, your last major step is going to be doing these. You're just going to want to like gently put them around, keeping these above what was already here. Just like this. Well, minus that one's fine for right now. And you can do something like that there. And that completes the front here. You just have to curve these in. We get to work on the fun part here, which is continuing this little strip all the way around. Once again, copying this little technique for the sides here. All right. Of course, once you have all this in place, a nice little area here. For our supports. There you go. The outer area should be basically done. But to add a little bit more spunk to the build, you can go ahead and take some coarse dirt and line it up along here. Line it up along the windows. Just once you have those in place, you can go ahead and start with placing your trapdoors around them. This should add a little bit of some basic spunk to the build and make it a little bit more interesting. This one will be a little bit more tricky to do. If you want, you can always do a try to keep them to the window more. Or let's see. You could do this here. And then take something here and you could do this. You got your bottom area a lot better off now. I'm gonna be putting something random, but like I said, throw whatever you feel would look best in it. I'm gonna go ahead and want to take those and set them there, and then you're gonna want to take a lantern now. I'm gonna add some nice little lantern details. You can also do, like, let's see, same right here for the entire edging here. You can throw another lantern up like that for the roof area. Not all of this roof is going to be a roof. You're actually going to be cutting it off. Right here. There we go. I'm leaving it blank on the inside, so if you guys want to do some interior decorating of your own, go for it. But here's going to be our final walkthrough for this video. Almost. Well, technically, yeah. This will be our final walkthrough, I guess, besides this little bit here. I think you guys get the hint of how pretty simple this whole thing is to do for the most part. It's pretty simple to put together. It's a house you can share if you're doing like a multiple survival thing with multiple people. You have a house you can just share with multiple people, I guess. A nice house to share and just be like, alright, let's go. My best way of putting it. Hoping this tutorial helped you guys. Oh, yeah. I hope this tutorial helped you guys on making a house. It may not be a starter house, but it is a house that a nice house that you can build and won't take a lot of time. Well, no, I'm lying, it will. You will like this though. It's pretty nice and open feeling. Good startup depending on what you're doing, so what the okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful whatever it is there. Whoops, why is that there? No. I just gotta do a little bit more here. And there you go, guys. A beautiful house. Beautiful house you can build in survival. Hope this tutorial helped you guys out. Go through a walkthrough of the house real fast before we stop this. Nice little room. Like I said, this house can be built with whatever blocks you want. It just comes down to what you're wanting to do here. Got this nice open space for if you're gonna do, I don't know, what would you say? And our last finishing touch. Of course, you can add more farms. I just did that one there. But alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful for whoever is just not that good at houses. I mean, this is something you can do. So, yeah, I hope this helped you guys. This is the end of the tutorial. Yeah.